everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to Deliciousness in Your Mouth. Yes, what did we say this week? We are going to make pad thai. I'm so excited that you guys are here with me again. So, here's to our Sunday together making pad thai. Thank you. So, pad thai. Let's start off with, a little bit of the Thai lesson so we can know what we're cooking and why, right? Pad Thai, pad means to either stir fry, and usually that's what you're doing, like pad see ew, or which is a flat noodle, but the word pad, that is what I learned, means to stir fry. So that's what we're kind of doing here. We're gonna stir fry, and right now I have some water on the stove right now because I'm going to boil that because we have to have our noodles prepping while we are chatting. So I just want to show you. These are the noodles, and they come in a bag like this. And these are fresh. These are the fresh noodles. So what I like to do, you can also get them like the long rice noodles. You can also get them what am I trying to say? You can also get them dried, and that's what a lot of people find, the dried noodles more than they would sometimes the fresh ones. So with the dried noodles, you want to plan ahead because you're going to need to soak them for at least an hour, even if you soak them overnight. So they would come out, and because once you soak those noodles, they'll turn even more translucent, kind of like this. But for right now, what we're going to do, and each bag is about 4 servings. So what I did was I took this out, I cut it in half, and put the one half in a bowl, and I'm heating water because with these, all you do is I'm going to pour some hot water over it, and for about a minute, let it sit in there, and then let it dry, and that's going to kind of cook them really quickly. I have here, this is the pot of noodles here, just putting it in a bowl and literally taking some boiling water, putting this over the noodles, and I'm going to show you what's happening here. I'm going to angle this down so you can see, because basically, here we go, right there. We're just going to sit these in here for a second, and that is about as, and I already feel that they're soft, so, and yes, I just put my hand in hot water. When you cook, I don't know what happens, like all of a sudden you feel nothing. That's a lie, I'm trying not to burn myself. Okay, so, look at how fast. Those noodles are soft, look at that. 30 seconds, that's all that took. So you know you could do that. And so you see the amount of noodles I got in there? We're about to have some pad thai, y'all. Okay, so I'm gonna put those to the side, and it's always time to take a cocktail break. I want to show you some of the, let's keep that steady. I want to show you a couple of ingredients that may not be as familiar to you. I'm going to start off with our sauce. And so basically the sauce is going to consist of some fish sauce. And it's, I usually get tiparos, so you can see what it looks like. And because this particular fish sauce is, it has less sodium. So I really like that. Fish sauce is in many of your Asian dishes. And again, I love cooking them and eating them because of all the taste of everything, the mixture of flavors. I absolutely love it. But again, you can use other fish sauce, like there's 3 crabs, there's, what's the other one? There's several other type brands of fish sauce, but this is actually one of the best, and instead of over 1,300 milligrams of sodium, this one has 800, that is. So we want to use that if you can, if you like it. Then what else are we using? This is tamarind concentrate. Now, tamarind concentrate, it is like lime juice, but just the lime without the tartness. So it looks like this. Or, I want to show you the other way tamarind can come. Tamarind can also come like in this pack here, and it's I know it's dark, so if you wanted to, say you couldn't find tamarind, this tamarind concentrate, right? You can go and get tamarind. It's a fruit, and it's kind of sweet and tart. So you can actually get this. You cut off about a quarter of this and put it in some water and kind of massage it and everything until it breaks apart, and you leave that, and that'll become the same thing right here. So this was already done for us, and we like that. So that's tamarind. And then, okay, so we have our fish sauce and our tamarind, and also what we got going on over here, we have our palm sugar. So this is all to make the sauce. So palm sugar, I'm going to show you how it comes. And I took the palm sugar. I'm going to show you how to work with it. But I literally chopped this all up and put it in a little bit of water, and so that it'll mix together nicely, because I wanted this to already be done, so we don't have to wait for that. But let me show you how to work with this. Because when I got it, I'm like, okay, they're telling me to put a cup of palm sugar in there. How the heck? What is happening here? So I'm going to pull this over here, and you see I have all my prep work. You got to have all your prep work out. Have it cut up and ready, because, you know, it'll make things a lot easier for you. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to angle this down a bit so you can see what's happening here. Hope everybody can really get that. So you can see it. Okay, so basically you have your little palm sugar cube here, and you're just going to start slicing it. Yes, slicing it. And it is hard, so, you know, mind your fingers. What are they saying in London? Mind the gap. Mind your fingers. Okay, so yes, we have to mind the gap here. Mind our fingers. We want to keep those. Yes, we do. Love it. Yes. Okay, so anyone British attending will be like, what is she saying? We don't say that. Yes, you do, darling. I've been there. I've lived there. Anyway, so we're going to start just chopping it up a bit. So you do this, and then this is what you begin to measure how much sugar goes in. You know, if they say, you know, a cup of sugar, a quarter cup or something like that. So you want to keep it kind of chopped up like that. So it's kind of looking like this. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now is we are going to put, so this can be doing what it needs to do while we go through the other, while we go through all of the other ingredients. We are going to add our tamarind. Okay, I'm going to put that in there, and we're going to add our palm sugar, and we're going to add our fish sauce. Okay, and I'm actually going to put the rest of this in here. And technically, when it's those little small cubes like that, I put about 8 of them, and that made a cup of this. So for this, we have a quarter cup of tamarind and a cup of palm sugar, and half a cup of tamarind, quarter cup of fish sauce, and then a full cup of palm sugar. So we're going to put that in there. I'm going to stir this a bit, and I'm going to sit it on the stove for a little bit, and I'm going to let this just combine a bit. And you don't actually have to heat this up and put it on the stove, but I like to do it because when I did this before, you know, when the first time I did it, I'm gonna walk you over to the stove with me. When I did this before, I actually, let's turn this around on over here. We're just going to turn this on, let this sit and heat up for a little bit. You see I got my wok out. We're getting ready. We're getting ready. So like I said, this is not going to take very long. So now, where are we? This is where we are. We are going to now get our other ingredients going. So that is going to simmer a little bit on the stove and just combine So now we also, and there's so many different so many different things that go into pad thai. Before I made it, I was like, really? There's like 15 different things. Had no idea. This is something else that not many Americans are usually cooking with. So what this is here, this, I want to make sure I have it down and the right terminology for everything because it's so delicious. It's delicious, y'all. Okay, so it's chopped, preserved, sweet radish. Chopped, preserved. It comes like this, and I've chopped them up. You didn't need a lot for this, and I'll put, I believe in my post, because what we're going to be doing is every week I'm gonna have something that's delicious. My whole thing is about, the reason I'm even doing this is, one, I just love to cook, and I really do, and I love delicious things. And one of my favorite things about Asian cooking, like why I'm always cooking something Asian, is all the different tastes. It's always like, and Thai food is the epitome of having a little bit of sweet, a little bit of sour, and some spice in it. And it's always the perfect bite. I can't explain it any more than that. So what this does is, all throughout your pad thai, these things are running all through it. They're like little sweet pieces running all through, and that's what you're kind of tasting. It's like they're sweet and salty. But when you get this, make sure it's sweet, because these also come salted, and it's extremely salty, and you cannot mix the two because it will not taste like pad thai. Okay. All right. So then we also had a bunch of, let's see what else we put in here. Dried shrimp. And I think most of us, you're familiar, you see these little bags around, dried shrimp, and literally I put just a couple of these in some hot water and then chop them up. But dried shrimp, they're like shrimp jerky, okay? And they're very, okay, they're smelly, okay? They're very smelly. And so I wanted to make sure, because when I first made this, I'm like, what is that smell? What is it? It was a dried shrimp, and it's fish, it's shrimp, so it smells like that. So all right, so we have our dried shrimp. Like I said, we are just a little bit right in there. Cut that up, and then we have, let's see, what's our other? I want to show you all of these good things, and I swear I love how all of this looks that you have here. We have our shrimp. Right, so basically I got about 10 to 12 shrimp, and I kind of cut them in half because I got some really nice sized shrimp. And this is our garlic and shallots, and shallots basically look like little red onions. That's pretty much it. And we just cut up one shallot, and got about a tablespoon of the garlic there, like two garlic cloves or so. I like garlic, so I put a little bit more. I put a full tablespoon in there. And we have our 2 eggs. And we also have our garlic chives. So garlic chives, let me go over that a little bit. So if you don't have garlic chives, they are like flat scallions. They're Chinese. They're called Chinese garlic chives. All right. So usually, if I don't have these, because the other night I didn't have them, I wanted to take another test run to make sure that I can do this for you. Oh, let's check on our sauce. All right. So our sauce, that's done. And that's, again, the sauce, you didn't really have to heat it up on the stove, but I wanted the sugar to melt a little bit more. And I'm only going to use, literally, this is a lot of sauce to put in, because what I said from that pad thai, when you use half the bag, it's usually really 2 nice sized portions of pad thai. When you're greedy like me, and well, no, I won't say when you're greedy like I am. When you enjoy pad thai as much as I do, you like a large portion. So half of the bag can be just for 2 portions, or it can be 3. So the amount of sauce that we're using today, what I'm going to do is only use about a cup of it, or half a cup or so. Okay, so we're going to put this aside. I'm letting this cool down. So now, garlic chives. If you do not, I'm just throwing food around the kitchen. This is crazy. So now, again, you can use scallions if you don't have garlic chives. Because even for me, I found it a little challenging when I was looking for these. And I'm always in different Asian grocery stores. But my Thai grocery store, and it's called Bang Luck Market. I wanted to make sure that I put that in. I love those ladies there. Literally, the reason I am able to bring this to you and know that it tastes, really great and authentic was because when I go to this market, like I said, it's called Bang Luck Market, and it's on, is it Sunset Boulevard? No, Hollywood Boulevard and Kingsley. It's in my old neighborhood. I used to live over there in Hollywood. And literally, I go into that market and I tell them, I want to make pad thai, and of course the first thing they do is, they're like, okay, we got something pre-made. I'm like, no. I'm making this from scratch, and so I need this, I need that, I need, what radish, because I don't know what these things look like either, but again, you can look up everything. But I go in there, and they are just so open and so welcoming, and walk me through the store, and I showed them the picture, and they were so excited. So I met the owner and everything, and so now they know. They're like, what you making this week? And so we will be making a lot more, but if you are in California, you can get over there to the market, and they will welcome you. And I know I told her that I was doing this, so I'm sure she's probably watching. Well, maybe she's not watching, but she will see it later because she told me she will watch. So, okay, so we got the garlic chives, like I said, and if you can't find these, you will find scallions, and just the tops of them. And then we also have this. This is pressed tofu, and so this is the kind that I use. I like to show the bags, because yes, you wouldn't know what in the world that said. So this is what this looks like, and this is pressed tofu. Okay, the reason you want to use pressed tofu and not regular tofu is because it'll fall apart when you start to stir fry it. So this is really it's been cooked already, and it's really hard, or spongy rather, but it won't fall apart when we cook it. So we're going to cut this in some cubes. We're going to cut this up in some cubes. We're going to get us a clean, got to keep everything clean. I'm also going to change cutting boards, because that's also a very important thing to do. Okay. All right, so got another cutting board out, and basically, here we go. We're going to take this here. Okay, everybody can see that. There we go. All right. So we're going to take this, and I'm just going to slice it down this way, and we're going to make this in the cubes. Like that. So it's about 3 slices or so. And actually, like I said, since this is my dinner, I'm only going to use 2 of these. Okay? And so then we're going to slice down this way. And we're just making these into some nice yummy cubes that'll go all lovely throughout our pad thai. Here we go. All right. So we're going to take that, put this on here. Awesome. And we're good. Okay? Because we don't need that much in there. I'm going to take this. We're going to save that for later. Okay, so we have that. I think we have gone through all of the ingredients. No, we have not. We have our sprouts. And I think these are our soybean sprouts here. So we have that. And what that does, like I said, one reason why I love Thai food is because also not even just for the taste of the salt, the sweet, the spicy mixed together. They're also about textures, and I love that too. So usually when I'm making something, I want to have all those different flavors, but then I want like a crunch. If mainly the whole dish is soft, I want a little bit of crunch, and that's what those do. They add a little bit of crunch to the dish, and we also, you'll see when we plate this up, because you know, if you spend all this time making this good stuff, might as well make it pretty. There's one thing I also love, and why I definitely named this deliciousness in your mouth. I like everything delicious. I like when I see the food and it's beautiful, and you're like, yes, I want it. It looks delicious. I want to be served, and I want it to be in a beautiful presentation, and of course it helps to have lovely people serving you too, and not just face-wise. You know when you go to a restaurant and it is just a great experience because your waiter was wonderful, the food was beautiful, and it tastes great. I'm all about that. And so I want to make sure that when we plate this, it looks wonderful. Because even for myself, I'll plate something really lovely when I'm just here. Like I said, this is always my dinner, and I do that for myself. Why? Because I can, and we want to be good to ourselves, right? Yeah. Okay. So, we're forgetting one thing. What makes pad thai really yummy too? Roasted peanuts. And so all I'm going to do with this, we're going to take just a couple of roasted peanuts here. And I got my handy dandy mortar and pestle here. Love that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love these things. I think I can hang out in cooking stores and just being there. Because this, it's gorgeous. Anyway, so easiest way, and you can just chop these with a knife if you want to. But why? I'm going to crush them. I'm going to put some in here, and I'm just going to crush these. And this, we're going to, again, we're going to cook some of them in there, in the pad thai when we make it, and some we're going to leave on the side for garnish, because actually, when this is served in Thai restaurants, that's why they give you these on the side, and I'm just putting in a little bit at a time. What they do, everything that they give you is to enhance the meal. So use it. If you're not allergic to peanuts, and you know, use everything that they give you, because every part of it is really to enhance the flavor, and it all goes together. And I, again, love things like that. So, okay. And this is just a really quick crunch up of everything. Okay. So now, we got that going there. I'm going to throw these back in here, because we're going to put all of that together. And we got our crushed chili peppers, because this is what's going to add the heat to the dish. Now, some people, if they want to, they'll use some the Thai chili paste, or the sriracha sauce, but I just like it with the crushed chili peppers, because when you put this in as you're cooking, it distributes the heat nicely, and it's not too strong. So we're going to put all our ingredients back in our little caddy here. We're going to make our way to the stove, because we're going to get this done. And like I said, when we start doing this, this is going to be done in seconds, because it's a stir fry. And once you have everything laid out, it's just a matter of cooking it, of getting it in there and cooking. And I really feel like a lot of the Asian food, you spend a lot of time prepping, in, you know, cutting up everything and the way you cut it and things like that. The love that they put into the dish, you can tell that, you know, there was a little labor intensive there. But this is not so bad. Everything was very simple. This literally, the time it took me to cut all these things up was maybe 15 minutes to get it out of the fridge, cut it up, and put it in the dish. Not a long time at all. So I'm even going to crack open my eggs right now, because everything has to be ready to go. When we are ready, everything has to be ready. So let's get that moving. Okay, here we go. Get that going on. I'm just cracking that, and I'm not mixing them or anything. Just putting that in a bowl. Let's wash my hands real quick and throw these in the garbage over here. Okay, so we are going to take all of this and move it. Let's go to the stove. So here we are. I got everything set up right here, ready to go. And we're using, what I like to do in the Asian food, we're not using olive oil. We're going to use grapeseed oil. If I'm going to use any to make any kind of Asian cuisine, it's either grapeseed or sesame seed oil. Because olive oil just doesn't go with the food unless it's something simple sometimes. But the flavor, you want to kind of keep the flavor. So again, you want to have some grapeseed oil. So that's what we're going to use. So what we're going to do, we're going to get our wok, and I just have I have a big wok, but I like this size for, you know, smaller portions, and this one is a non-stick wok. So we're going to turn that on here, and you know what? I think it's time for another cocktail because we're about to get it on. So I want to get this in. What we're going to do, because many people have asked me about my sangria, and I love it and always have it there. I'm going to do one show that's all the different drinks I make. So I love, when I cook, I make certain drinks to go with everything. So we're going to do a show of just making sangria, and I'll tell you the liquors and everything ahead of time. So that way maybe one of them you like, and you can pair it up with some food. But sangria is always a good thing. So let's keep going. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, I'm heating up my wok here, and I'm going to put about a tablespoon or so, maybe a tablespoon and a half of oil in there, and let that heat up. And the first thing we do is we're going to saute the shrimp. Now, once we saute the shrimp, we're not going to cook the shrimp with everything. We're only going to make the shrimp first and then take them out and set them aside. Because if you put the shrimp in with everything as it's making, it's really going to make the shrimp tough and everything, and you'll overcook them. So we'll put them in, we're going to sear them really quickly and get some good color on them, and then take them out, set them to the side. Now normally when we put the shrimp in, because I've looked at a lot of things, because we're putting it in and taking them out, I only put like a little bit of salt on them. The other recipes are going to tell you just to put them in and take them out, and then add them in almost like for garnish. Like usually when you're at the restaurant, they'll put the shrimp on the top, and of course it looks beautiful, but you're at home. You want a bite of shrimp in every bite, or at least I do. And I also want it to taste like something, because when you just do this really quickly and take them out, the shrimp kind of have no taste. So I take them out, and then at the very end, when everything is ready, I put them back in and stir it up so that you can taste that in the food. It'll have some sauce on it and everything, but still, it's not just the sauce on top of the shrimp. The shrimp actually has a little bit of taste. So I like that. And again, every recipe, everything I'm bringing to you, yes, I went and figured out how it works, and then I just made it mine. I know what I like for it to taste like. It'll be authentic enough that you're like, yes, it's like the restaurant, but I put my little, my 2 cents in there to make it what I really love. And that's why I'm doing it, because all of this deliciousness in your mouth is deliciousness in my mouth, and that's what I like to do. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so here we go. We're just going to let that, I'm going to angle this down in a little bit. I'm just letting that heat up nicely there. And also, what you want to do is kind of prepare yourself. I'm going to put some things together so that, and put them in one bowl so that when we are ready to add them, all I have is one thing. So I don't want to put 17, there's a lot of little bowls over here. So I don't want to have to put all of that together, like keep dumping each one in. So I just get one bowl and say, okay, these things have to go in all together anyway. So that'll just make it easier. So I'm going to get a bowl. Let me grab another bowl here. 1 second. And we're going to put, first thing we're going to put in this while the oil is heating, we have our garlic and the garlic and the onion in there. We're going to put our half tablespoon of chilies in there. We're going to put our sweet radish. This is all going in the same bowl because we're going to put this in all at the same time. So actually that was the dried shrimp. This is the sweet radish. We're going to put that in the bowl as well. And that's going to be awesome. And we're also going to add our tofu. So all of that going in one bowl. So when we're ready, we're going to pick that up. It's going to be in there. And we're also going to put all those peanuts we chopped up. We're just going to put about half of those because the other half, we're going to use those for garnish. So I'm throwing that in there too so you can see what's happening. Literally just putting it all together. Because like I said, once we start this, it's going to move really quickly. Okay, and then in another bowl, we have our chives and bean sprouts. Okay, so first things first. Let's get our shrimp going. So I'm going to put these in here. I'm going to slide them in. Going to throw them in. Let's angle this down so you see what's going on. Already, we're happy with what's going on. Turn this up a little bit there. Okay. So, like I said, I did medium shrimp, and I did about 10 of them in here. And then I cut them in half so they can be all throughout the, and you don't have to. You can buy smaller shrimp or bigger shrimp, but this is kind of the size I like. I keep them in nice bite size because I don't want anything to impede me while I'm trying to eat. I don't want tails on. I tell you, I don't even understand when they give you shrimp and it has the tail. I don't want any of that. I just want to eat my shrimp. So I tend to use shrimp that does not have tails on. Oh, and these are already, you see the color in these? These are Argentinian red shrimp. So that's why they look cooked, but they are not. Okay? I just happen to really like them. And for all your dishes, you don't want to use already cooked shrimp, pre-cooked shrimp, because the more you cook them, the rubbery they are. These, if you get fresh shrimp or frozen raw shrimp, that works much better. You're going to like appreciate the taste better. Okay, so we're just letting this boil, not boil. We're letting these cook for a little bit. Now, just so you see what's going on here, and I'm okay to say I made a mistake. Normally, because I had rinsed everything, there was a little bit of water that came in there too. You don't usually want the water in there. That's gonna, I mean, it'll dissipate soon, but I don't want my shrimp, I don't want them boiling in here. I wanted them just to cook, which they will still. And I'm just turning them over. I'm not moving them a lot because I want them to get color. And in fact, I'm actually going to take some of this water out because I'm not appreciating it being in there. Okay, good. So we took some of that out, put that back on here, and we're going to get this together. There we go. So now, they're going to do their thing. And as soon as this is done, We are going to then put some more oil in this pan, and we are going to get this on and popping, okay? So, now, this is only going to take a couple of more seconds here. As you see, they're already starting to get a little smaller. And they also, I don't cook them all the way because I know I'm going to put them back in, and they'll cook again when I mix them. They'll cook more when I mix them. So at the end of this, these shrimp will be the perfect, texture, and they will taste great because it'll have the sauce. And we're going to put, like I said, just a little bit of salt on them, just a little bit, because your fish sauce, that is what adds. And this is, I love this. This is pink Himalayan sea salt. Love that, because you don't need a lot of it. Okay, so I'm going to take these out now because they're cooked enough. Now put those in there. Now, I know those shrimp probably still need like another couple of seconds or so. And like I said, it's okay. So now, leaving that there, turning up my heat. I'm going to put some more oil in here. All right. Now, well, I let that heat up a bit. So our oil, it's ready to go. All right. So now we're going to start this. We're going to put in, here we go. And I have my trusty tools ready. And we are going to put this in first. We got this. Get it in. Okay. You see what's happening? Oh my gosh, it smells so good right already. Already it smells delightful. Okay. So we got that going in. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. And all I'm doing is I'm waiting for the garlic and everything. All this is just getting cooked up so nice in here. Literally, this is a quick thing. We're going to do that. Give it a couple of seconds. And keep stirring. And with this, like we were saying, pad thai, it's stir fry. Pad means stir. And that's all you're doing to get all of this goodness in here cooking. So we're stirring it up. We got that going. And just about almost a minute in, and you start to smell all this goodness happening. Oh, yes. Yes, 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 my friends in there. Okay. Now, once that is going on, we are going to grab our noodles and wait for a second there. And the garlic is brown. Oh, guys, this smells so good. You are going to love it. So, okay, we got that. So we're taking our noodles, and we're going to dump our noodles in there. We're just going to dump them in. Again, we're going to keep this moving. Keep all that moving. We got our noodles going on in there. Then we're going to add some sauce. And like I said, we're not going to use all of the sauce. We're just going to put some in there, put a little bit. I put about half. And I like mine really nice and saucy. So, look at that. And it's going to come together. So, here we go. We're going to move this. And we're going to keep it going. And you'll notice the noodles might stick together a little bit. So you want to work all that goodness you got in the pan there. You want to work that in. You want to work all of that in. See, it's starting to come together. It's starting to look like pad thai, right? Like that restaurant pad thai. Oh, tofu down. Okay. All right. We're getting that. Oh my gosh, guys, if you could smell what this smells like in here. Yes. Okay. So now we got that going on. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to move this over to the side here. Move that right over to the side and let that be there for a minute. We're going to put our eggs in. Here we go. And this is, you see why it's so important to have everything there? We're going to put our eggs in. They're there. Going to let them set for a little bit. I'm going to break them up. Hope you're getting all of this. We're going to break them up a little bit and let them set. Going to let that set there just for another second or two. And if your stove is up higher, they'll cook a lot faster, of course. So, but I don't want to burn anything, so I'm letting that set. And then I'm going to take my pad thai. After this, you see the white is starting to form and starting to get a little set there. And I'll bring this around. So all that's starting to set. I'm going to take my pad thai and put it on top of that. All the noodles with all the goodness. We're going to take that, put it on top. That's going to help with the cooking. That's going to help with all the cooking of it. Again, let that set for a little bit. Okay, here we go. Now let that set. Smooth that around. Look at me, I'm getting fancy. Gonna let that move around a little bit. Make sure those eggs are cooked. See how fast that is? Look at that. All right, we're tossing the eggs, we're getting them in there, and they're cooked nicely. Oh, that is delightful. All right, round about right now, I'm going to go in with my chives and sprouts right here. We're going to do that. Actually, I don't need, looking at that, I'm going to take some of those out because I want to keep those for later. So, we're going to do that. And I'm also, because like I said, I want to put, I like my pad thai to have that good sauce. We made all that sauce. I'm going to put a little bit more in here right now. Just a little. Look at that good stuff. Okay, just a little bit, because it's going to help me pick up all of that. Look at that. Ah, yes. I have to laugh. Yes, I do talk to my food like this. You know why? Because I know it's delicious. And we're going to put all of this delicious in our mouths. Oh, yes. This is wonderful. Okay. That is coming together beautifully. If I could keep most of the food in there. Awesome. Look at that. You see how fast this is? And right about now is when we want to add those shrimp back in this, because this, my friends, there we go. This is about done right now. So look at that. That's good times right there, y'all. That is good times. So we're just putting all this together. We want to mix all of this well in here. Like I said, I just keep adding, just little by little, I'll add a little bit more sauce. And this is to your taste. You may not like it saucy. You may not. I happen to like it saucy because I like the flavor. I like all the flavors of it. So I don't particularly love truly dry noodles, you know. But look at that. And this, my dear friends, we are really done. I'm turning this off. And we got our pad thai. Look at that. That's good time. So we are going to plate this. Now, with pad thai, a lot of all your goodness is down in the bottom of this pot. So when you're mixing or when you're serving, you want to pick it up and make sure you get all of that. Look at how wonderful that is. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We are going to enjoy this evening. So there we go. Okay, so let's plate this. All right, so now here we are. I'm going to angle it down there so you can see what's going on. Okay, so now we have, oh goodness. Okay, so I'm going to put that here. And also, like sometimes when you're at Thai restaurants, you'll get you'll get pad thai, and it'll be a lot redder than this. It's because they're using this kind of a shrimp paste that they would add to it as well. And that's just another way of doing it. Again, things are to your taste, and different restaurants may make it a little differently, but this is what we're going to do. So I'm setting that off to the side over here. And again, I'm trying to make this just for one, but for plating purposes, I'm going to put this here, and you got all your shrimp happening. Yay. We got this going on. Oh, yes, people. This is good times right here. All right. Let's not do that. We have that happening. Does that not look delicious, people? So we have that. We're going to put us a little bit of the chili flakes here. And the reason that they're putting all of this, again, it is because all of these flavors enhance your food. So you want to put your little crushed peanuts in there. I'm going to put some cilantro because I love cilantro. I'm telling you, people, there's a couple of things that I think I want to put in everything, and that's probably my aromatics that I absolutely love: garlic, ginger, and cilantro. I would want that in everything. Put my chives down here. And one more thing we are forgetting. Give me 1 second. We got to get our lime. And actually, I want to show you, which I think is always amazing. Again, this is all done. Every single thing that is done when you are at a Thai restaurant is to enhance the meal. So even how they cut the lime. So the lime is just cut not all the way in the middle like this. You're going to hold it this way, but you're going to cut just the side of it. You're going to cut it like that. And you're going to place that on there. But the reason why you cut it like this, because it's easier to squeeze. It's easier to squeeze instead of putting it down the center, and you'll get seeds that pop out and things like this. If you just cut from the side, so almost to the center, but just on the side, you only get all of the lime. Isn't that cool? So I'm going to put it here. I'm going to let you look at it for a second. We're going to put it here. Isn't that lovely? And you guys got your pad thai, and you did that with me. I love that you were here and we got that with me. So what I'm going to do, because you know we have to taste this, right? So I'm going to use my lime, and I'm going to put a little bit on there. Yes. We're going to do that. Grab myself a fork. Okay. So we're going to taste this, and I'm excited about tasting it. I'm so excited. Okay, and yes, I'm singing to my food, people. All right, so let's try what we did. I'm going to take, like I said, everything I use. I'm going to put even a little bit more chili pepper on there. Actually, I'm going to sprinkle myself a little bit more peanuts up in there. And I'm going to take a bite of this goodness. Okay, here we go. God, okay. All the flavors. All the flavors with a little kick because of the chili peppers. And if I wanted to, I could even add a little bit more sauce on top of this. Like I said, you don't have to cook the sauce in there. It's already done. And I'm actually going to even take a little bit of the sauce, just a little bit more, and I'm going to put it on here, just a tad. And again, most Thai people wouldn't even do that, but I'm telling you, I really enjoy some sauce. Oh my gosh. Yes. I'm tasting it again. It is delicious, okay? Yes. So, what did we do today? We made pad thai, and it's good. It's delicious. You want to do that? You want to do that for yourself. You want to do that for your friends and your family and your husband or your wife. I mean, it was delicious. Okay, so I am going to enjoy my dinner. I'm going to have that. I hope that you learn something. I hope that you come back with and have this. And please, if you make it, please let me know. It really is very, very good. So I'm so happy with how it came out. But did you see how fast that was? The main thing is that you have all of the ingredients. If once you get all of the actual ingredients, it's not that difficult. None of it is that difficult, truly. So I really want to encourage you to go. That's why I actually put the ingredients that I listed, so maybe you want to cook it with me as I'm going through things. Getting another sip of my sangria. Make this for yourself. Take the time. Do the good things that you need to do for you. I was so excited to share this with you, and that you're here with me is really, I feel really fortunate. So thank you. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. I'm going to enjoy my sangria. I'm going to enjoy my pad thai, and I want you to enjoy your Sunday night. So remember, this is Deliciousness in Your Mouth. I will have a page up. I wanted to let you know I will have, we'll do this from that page on Facebook. I already have it. I'm just trying to put some content on there for you. And actually, we're just starting. So even if you come to the page, you can just watch it from there, and we'll invite people. You can share with other people. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. And like I said, I love that you're here with me. I want you to come back again, and we're going to do this. We're going to keep doing it. We're going to have fun. Let me know if you make it. I will see you soon. Thank you so much for being with me. Remember, deliciousness in your mouth. Come cook with me. All right.